Welcome to Sports Bios, the definitive journey into the lives of athletic icons. I'm your host, Howard Closewell. Today, we're going to delve into the extraordinary life of Rod Laver, a tennis legend whose on-court prowess and off-court humility have captivated fans for generations. Born on August 9, 1938, in Rockhampton, Queensland, Australia, Laver's early life was marked by a unique blend of rural simplicity and athletic promise. As we immerse ourselves in the formative years of this tennis titan, let us transport ourselves to the sun-kissed landscapes of 1940s Australia. The Laver family, with parents Roy and Melva, lived on a farm in nearby Rockhampton, where young Rod spent his childhood surrounded by the rolling hills and vast expanses of the Australian countryside. It was here, amidst the rustic charm of rural Queensland, that Laver's affinity for sports first took root. The family's farm, with its lush pastures and abundant wildlife, provided an idyllic setting for a young boy to explore and develop his athletic talents. Rod's introduction to tennis came courtesy of his parents, who built a makeshift court on their farm. Under the watchful eye of his mother, a skilled player in her own right, Rod began hitting balls at the tender age of 5. As he grew older, his talent and dedication became increasingly evident, with Laver recalling how his mother would hit balls with him for hours on end, fostering a strong foundation in technique and discipline. The family's tennis court, with its rough-hewn wooden posts and rusty wire mesh, may have been humble, but it provided the perfect backdrop for Laver to hone his skills and develop a deep passion for the sport. The historical context of Laver's early years was marked by significant events that would shape his character and future path. Australia, still reeling from the effects of World War II, was undergoing a period of rapid social and economic change. The country was experiencing a surge in popularity for sports, particularly tennis, with the Australian Open, established in 1905, becoming an increasingly prominent event on the international calendar. This cultural shift would have a profound impact on Laver's development as a player, providing him with opportunities to compete against top-level opponents and gain valuable experience. By the early 1950s, Laver had begun to make a name for himself in Australian junior tennis circles. His impressive performances in local tournaments caught the attention of coaches and selectors, who recognized the young player's immense potential. In 1952, at the age of 14, Laver won his first major junior title, claiming the Queensland Junior Championship with a convincing victory over his opponent. This triumph marked a significant milestone in Laver's fledgling career, demonstrating his capacity to perform under pressure and setting him on a trajectory towards greatness. As Laver navigated his teenage years, he faced numerous challenges that would test his resolve and character. The family's farm, while idyllic, was not without its hardships, with the Laverts struggling to make ends meet during periods of drought and economic downturn. Rod's parents, however, instilled in him a strong work ethic and sense of determination, values that would serve him well throughout his tennis career. The youngster's education also played a crucial role in shaping his development, with Laver attending Rockhampton State High School, where he excelled academically and athletically. Under the guidance of brother John, a wise and experienced coach at Rockhampton State High, Laver's tennis skills underwent significant refinement. The youngster's natural ability, combined with his relentless work ethic, soon propelled him to the forefront of Australian junior tennis. By the mid-1950s, Laver had established himself as one of Australia's most promising young players, with a string of impressive performances in national junior tournaments. The foundation laid in these formative years would serve as the springboard for Laver's future success, providing him with the skills, resilience, and determination necessary to conquer the tennis world. As we now transition into the next phase of his life, we find ourselves at the threshold of a pivotal moment that would define Laver's rise to tennis immortality. As Laver entered his late teens and early 20s, he began to make a name for himself in Australian and international tennis circles. His impressive performances in local and national tournaments caught the attention of coaches, selectors, and opponents alike, who recognized the young player's immense potential. In 1956, at the age of 17, Laver won his first major title, claiming the Australian Junior Championship with a convincing victory over his opponent. This triumph marked a significant milestone in Laver's fledgling career, demonstrating his capacity to perform under pressure and setting him on a trajectory towards greatness. The late 1950s were a transformative period for Laver, as he navigated the challenges of professional tennis while refining his skills and developing his unique playing style. Under the guidance of coaches such as Harry Hopman, who would later become a legendary figure in Australian tennis, Laver honed his technique, improved his physical conditioning, and developed the mental toughness necessary to compete at the highest level. The youngster's dedication and perseverance paid off as he began to make a significant impact on the international tennis scene. In 1959, Laver made his Grand Slam debut at Wimbledon, where he faced off against some of the world's top players. Although he ultimately fell short in the tournament, his performances caught the attention of tennis aficionados and pundits, who recognized the young Australian's immense potential. The following year, Laver returned to Wimbledon with a vengeance, reaching the quarterfinals and announcing himself as a force to be reckoned with on the world stage. The early 1960s were a period of rapid growth and development for Laver, as he continued to refine his skills and push the boundaries of what was possible on the tennis court. In 1961, he won his first Grand Slam title at Wimbledon, defeating Chuck McKinley in the final with a display of dazzling shot-making and tactical brilliance. This triumph marked a watershed moment in Laver's career, as he cemented his status as one of the world's top players and set himself on a path towards greatness. Over the next few years, Laver continued to dominate the tennis world, winning numerous titles and setting new standards for excellence on the court. His rivalry with fellow Australian Roy Emerson became legendary, with the two players engaging in epic battles that captivated audiences around the world. The historical context of this period was significant, as tennis underwent a period of rapid growth and transformation, with the sport becoming increasingly globalized and professionalized. In 1962, Laver won his first Australian Open title, defeating Emerson in a thrilling 5-set final that showcased the best of Australian tennis. This victory marked a significant milestone in Laver's career, as he demonstrated his ability to perform under pressure and cemented his status as one of the world's top players. The following year, Laver repeated this feat, winning his second consecutive Australian Open title with a convincing victory over fellow Australian John Newcombe. Rather, it was the result of a combination of factors, including his dedication, perseverance, and ability to adapt to different playing conditions and opponents. The cultural and historical context of this period also played a significant role, as tennis became an increasingly important part of Australian culture and identity. As Laver entered the 1960s, he was determined to make his mark on the sport. He spent countless hours honing his technique, improving his physical conditioning, and developing the mental toughness necessary to compete at the highest level. Under the guidance of coaches such as Harry Hopman, who would later become a legendary figure in Australian tennis, Laver refined his playing style, which was characterized by his aggressive and attacking approach to the game. In 1960, Laver won his first major title on clay, defeating Luis Ayala in the final of the Italian Championships. This victory marked a significant milestone in Laver's career, as he demonstrated his ability to adapt to different playing surfaces and conditions. The following year, Laver returned to Europe, where he competed in several tournaments, including the French Championships, where he reached the semi-finals. Laver's success on the court was not limited to individual tournaments. He was also a key member of the Australian Davis Cup team, which dominated the competition during the 1960s. In 1960, Laver helped Australia win the Davis Cup, defeating Italy in the final. This victory marked the beginning of a remarkable run for the Australian team, which would go on to win the Davis Cup several times during the decade. One of the most significant moments of Laver's career came in 1962, when he won his first Grand Slam title on clay, defeating Roy Emerson in the final of the French Championships. This victory marked a watershed moment in Laver's career, as he cemented his status as one of the world's top players and demonstrated his ability to dominate on all surfaces. Throughout the 1960s, Laver continued to push the boundaries of what was possible on the tennis court. He won numerous titles, including multiple Grand Slam championships, and set new standards for excellence in the sport. His rivalry with fellow Australian Roy Emerson became legendary, with the two players engaging in epic battles that captivated audiences around the world. In 1967, Laver turned professional, joining the National Tennis League, NTL, and competing against some of the world's top players, including Pancho Gonzalez and Ken Rosewall. This marked a significant turning point in Laver's career, as he began to compete in a new era of professional tennis. Despite the challenges he faced, Laver continued to dominate the sport, winning numerous titles and cementing his status as one of the all-time greats. Rather, it was the result of a combination of factors, including his dedication, perseverance, and ability to adapt to different playing conditions and opponents. The cultural and historical context of this period also played a significant role, as tennis became an increasingly important part of Australian culture and identity. As Laver himself once said, "The most important thing in tennis is to have a good temperament, to be able to handle the pressure and the stress of competition." This quote encapsulates the essence of Laver's approach to the game, which was characterized by his mental toughness, determination, and unwavering commitment to excellence. That's all for today's Sports Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And, until next time, I'm Howard Closewell, reminding you to keep shooting for your goals.